do I do? Dance with it?
You don't do live yet?
Nah, not right now, but I want to. I'll go live soon. I think I tried it out just to try it out, Facebook Live or Instagram Live, or I mean, I've done live, but not like a whole show.
Mm-hmm. No, I meant okay, in person.
In person?
No. Yes.
Have I done one in person yet? No. But
No,
I tried the logistics of doing it in person are with the cameras, the switchboard, lighting, mics, getting a guest there to a location. This trumps all that. This is like so much better, so much easier. I mean, you saw we've just been trying to hook this up for 10 minutes. Imagine doing it with a live studio audience with no budget. So
true. So true. Yes.
Yes.
You're kind of sounding like you're underwater a little bit.
Okay, well, let's see if I got full bars where I'm at. So we'll see. Let's just go for it.
Okay. All right, let's go for it.
Okay.
Yeah, you're recording.
It's just like I wish I was looking straight at you.
All my books are outside now.
What's that?
I said all my books are outside. Sorry. I apologize for that. All my books. All my books.
You want to go grab your books?
Now.
Do you want to go grab your books real quick?
Sure, I'll go grab my books. You can entertain my dogs.
Easy?
Yeah, it was. It is. Except I wanted the outside because I had the couch all set up with my books and it just looked really good. And of course, my dog came out there and messed it all up about 5 minutes before.
Yeah. Well, this is all part of the excitement of podcasting at its finest. So welcome to
my first podcast.
Oh, well, welcome to the podcast world. It's a fun little place to be. Especially here. This is my 66th episode. Welcome to the Backroads with Friends. Linda.
The 66?
Yep, 66. You can have the pup. Do you want to say do you want to bring the puppy on?
Sure. I gotta hold her.
What's the puppy's name?
Peaches.
Peaches. Oh my goodness, Peaches. Oh, sweet baby doggy. I love doggies. That's how old? Pomeranian, right?
Yeah. Yep. She is 8.
She's a sweetie.
She's a tiny one.
Oh, look at that face.
I have 4 of them.
You have 4 Pomeranians?
Yes.
Oh, so yeah, that's a are they all related?
2 are related and the other one's a rescue.
Oh, did they all get along really really well at first?
They do. Well, at first, yeah. The older one, who she's 15, she was a little bit hesitant when the other 2 came, but and then we have Buddy. Buddy's just kind of a little lovey dog. So
do they all
3
sleep
of them
with?
are around 8. Yes.
Do they all pile into bed with you at the same time?
All but Coda. Coda's kind of a yo-yo dog. He jumps up and down during the night to check up on me. Coda's the bigger one.
Oh, I love dogs. Dogs are good. Dogs are good. I'm gonna change my lighting and see if we can do it. See, I'm gonna get a better shot. You know, it's so funny.
Yeah,
ready for this. Ready to talk to you. It all. The lighting was changing around like fucking crazy, as you probably know.
Your lighting or my lighting?
My lighting. But you're in Oregon too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Where are you at?
I'm in Salem.
Oh, I'm in Salem.
I know. That's why we're.
Yeah.
Like.
Well, you're asking me if I'm in Oregon too. Well, then if you say you know.
All right, let's get this started. This is Linda K Richison, right?
Yes.
You're an author, right? And you have a new book coming out.
Yes.
Can we talk about it? Well, would you want to talk about this book that you got?
I do have a new book.
Can you talk about the beginnings of this book? And I know I'm cracking up a little bit, but hopefully that'll stop. Can you tell us a little bit about the
Like what do you
origins
mean
of
by
this
the
book?
beginning? The big beginnings of the book?
Yeah, like how did you come in to conceive it? What was the process of getting it made? And talking about the subject matter and just your whole story with coming to its inception.
Oh wow. Well, this is my 6th book.
Okay.
So quiet. So I had how it got I don't remember. This is a series, not really a series, but they all are like they're spirits that interact with humans, and it's just usually one spirit, and it's lost or trapped in a car or a book or a house or in different places. And so it's just the dynamics of how the spirit and the humans work together. And some are annoying, some are sassy, some are play jokes or tricksters and stuff. So it's a lot of fun. They're mystery romances, and the settings are in Oregon. So my first 3 books go along the coastline to Astoria and Seaside and down to Florence. And then my one book goes to Shaniko, Ghost Town in Central Oregon, I believe by Maupin. And the mystery goes back in time when Shaniko was alive and thriving. And so then the next book is in Portland, and then more or less all around Portland. And then this book here is Silver Creek Falls. I don't know. I just come about. I don't know. There's no rhyme or reason how I write. It just pops into my head, and then I just start writing. And I just thought this would be really cool to have her trapped in a 55 T-bird. And so there's a lot that you can do with that. And so I thought that was, she's a young girl that's trapped in there, and another, this one here is smitten by her appearance, and then so she gets mixed up in the mystery, and she sends clues through the radio. And
can you raise up that picture? Can you raise that image up so we can see it a little bit? That's the latest book, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So how long do you usually spend on a book? I mean, these are questions sometimes people ask me about painting, but how long, like, do you get into, are you in a route, this is your 6th book, are you in a like a pretty good zone do you know what you're getting? You obviously have done it before, so is it easier, or this last book is just as hard to do as the first book?
Well, the first book went like that. I got an idea in my head. I don't know how I did it. And I went home and wrote 5 chapters in one night, and it just kept going and going and going. And the characters started writing the story themselves. And so it got so big, I had to make it into 2 books. And I did that mostly for the other 3, or the other 3, which made 5. But I lost my husband in 2019 in a motorcycle accident. And so I was like maybe halfway done with this book. And so it took me a while to get back into it. So that's why here it is 2021, and now it's just being published. But usually it just takes about a year, because before I was working full time for the state of Oregon, and I was writing and working. Now I'm retired, and now I'm finding other things to do too, because retiring, there's so much to do in my life now. And I love writing, but it seems like I'm not doing it as much as I did before, but I still am. I'm on my 7th book. I mean, I've got a 2nd chapter into the 7th book, though.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it sounds like you're producing a lot of stuff. I mean, I don't know if you that you're always, it seems like there's a lot. How long did you do all those books from? Like, when did you start to, like, have you been writing for a novel form for like a while now, or how long?
I think I've been writing for either 9 or 10 years, maybe 10 years now. Yeah.
And what were you writing before you wrote novels?
I wasn't.
Okay.
I was not writing. In fact, it so surprised me that was, like I said, I was driving home. I called my sister. I don't know how it ever happened, and it's kind of a blur. But we got started talking about the book, the story about a book in a bookstore and all the different things related to that. We just started brainstorming. But it was like, I didn't plan on writing a book. I mean, it's never going to. I want to be a country western singer, not an author. But it just. But when I went home that night, and I just started writing and writing and writing and writing, it was like my hand just took off on its own. And then I was just, wow. So I thought, well, that's pretty cool. But of course, you have to re-edit and edit and edit and edit. You know, you have to, especially somebody just starting out writing. Yeah, it still seems surreal to me. It doesn't. I mean, this is my sixth, that it just doesn't seem like, how did that happen? I don't know.
And it sounds like when you started writing, you just wrote it out in long form.
Yes.
Handwriting, no typewriter, no PC.
Nope, on napkins, on papers, on anything that I could find, because wherever I went, I would think of something and I'd want to write it down, or I would use my phone, the recorder on my phone. That's how I did it. And then I would key, and then I would type it in the computer.
Yeah. Wow. And so are these books all related in some sort of way? It seems like there would be, no matter, even if they weren't related, they'd probably be related in some sort of way. I mean, besides
they are.
Besides the locations all being in Oregon, but are there the same characters, or what do you think?
No, okay, well, like I tell you, they're a spirit. There's always one spirit, and then humans, and that they're helping that spirit, through clues to find its way out, to find out what happened, how it got there to begin with, why it's in a book or why it's in a car, and then the path that it takes to get to find out what happened and how to release them. And so, yeah.
And so when you say there's a spirit, are you referring to an inspiration, a guardian angel, multi-dimensional being?
I'm talking about like in the first book, it's a guy. It's a guy that's like not about 50 years prior to that. And the second book, it's a young lady. There's like they're people that for some reason have died and haven't moved on yet. Young kids or a man, or yeah.
And so are you sort of a vessel for these stories to be told by these entities? Are you a conduit for these entities to come in and give you story to write, and you base your inspiration on that? Or do you remember any of that stuff, or is it just like you're going stream of consciousness? Are you just channeling it? Is that what's happening?
I don't know. that's a good question. I just think of it to be, and I don't think I'm channeling, but it's just fun. How can you make that fun? How can you, especially when the spirit first sees the human, or the human first sees that spirit, or they come in contact with each other? What's it gonna be like? What's it gonna, how are they gonna react and such? And I like that. And how can they annoy, or be they do things that annoy, or like this one, she's very, this one here, she's very sassy and very and so these two here, they kind of click together, but she still gives her a bad time. But yeah, I like how it's just not two humans relating, it's a spirit and a human relating, and I just think that's just so much different than, they're not love affairs or anything like that. In fact, there's always, she has this guy that helps her, helps to solve this mystery and help this girl. But I don't think I'm channeling anything. I'm just like thinking of what would be interesting. What would be interesting for me to read if I was going to read a book. Yes. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. I mean, it sounds like these books are sort of loosely sort of like paranormal friendships or relationships or experiences that you're writing about. Have you had a paranormal experience before yourself, or
Yeah.
can we talk about it?
Here.
Here on Breath with Friends exclusive. Yeah, let's talk about it.
Well, okay. When my husband died, right? I had an aunt who called me up and told me that she knew that he died and that she had been with him and that she told me that he was in the room. And I've gotten with my friends before, my one girlfriend who had also said that, was my girlfriend's sister who said that Ron's been trying to contact you. And so if you're open, can I come over and talk? And she did. And she'd asked him ahead of time, how could he, what would make me believe that she's really talked to him? And she brought these rocks. He was into rocks, and she brought these rocks, and they were these special rocks that he had said that had all these different meanings. And she sets them on the table. She didn't know he was even into rocks. So it was like, and there was so much more. So yeah, a lot. That's yes. And there was feathers that were left. You know, I believe, this is my belief, that, and I believe in heaven, I believe in all that, but I also believe that people are still here, but heaven's just another dimension of life, but they can't come in contact with us. I mean, they can, like leather. I had feathers that were left. I had rocks that were put into against my door, my back doors, and I had my garage door locked. So yeah. So if you want to call those paranormal experiences, I guess that would be what.
Wow. And like, but you've never seen a ghost?
No.
Oh.
Mm-mm.
I thought I saw a ghost once. I was a little kid. Yeah, I definitely believe in multiple dimensional reality, so that maybe people are influenced by, you know, the dream state and some of those decisions or experiences they have in those dreams, and those dream states carry on over to this physical reality. And then you sometimes make, you know, oh, why do I hate that person so much? You know, like when you just drink, when you just you know, all this bullshit happening or something like that. Well, that person's bugging me or something. So and it makes you go a different direction. But so if you I'm sorry to hear about your husband, first of all. But you were also writing about this prior to his passing. This subject matter, it seems. No?
Well, I started writing this though. I started writing way before he passed. He passed 2 years ago, and I started writing them like about 6 years before he passed. So yeah. I'd already started.
That's got to be some sort of, besides of course, the loss and experiences of things that I have yet to understand about what you're going through. But like, it's like that coupled with the fact that it's your creativity as well. Like that's one of your outlets is this like sort of multiple dimensional being interaction set in these beautiful settings.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
So do you think, have you lived in Oregon all your life?
Most of my life. I was born in California, so we moved up here when I was 5 years old. So yes.
We're in California.
So most Sonoma Valley.
Sonoma's beautiful. I love Sonoma.
It is. It's gorgeous. Yes, I got a lot of relatives and stuff down there right now. So they've been, you know, they had to deal with a lot of fires in that area last few years.
Yeah, Santa Rosa got hit pretty hard too. My friend's she's an old friend of mine from high school. I think anyways, and her restaurant got burned down and her house.
Mm.
So she, not to laugh, but it's like everyone had to go like sideways on that. That was, I think, 3 years ago or something like that. But that's crazy. So let's get back to your settings, the California Oregon coastline, these areas that you've written in your books. Can you describe the differences of them? And I know it's a big question because there's a lot of locations, but since you sort of base your books around them, you might have some interesting knowledge that the regular person that's from California or Utah or might not know about those areas in Oregon. And it'd be kind of cool for you to talk about some of those locations for a second.
Oh, wow.
Like, what's your
Yeah.
favorite? What's your favorite one? I mean, like,
You know, I would have to say I like the northern coast a little bit better than I like the southern coast. You know, the Astoria, it's you know, it's fun. It's you know, I mean, it's like a like you would think of of coastal town, right? It's your quaint little town with your restaurants down on the pier, and of course you got to see the lighthouse, and it's just it's a welcoming community, I think, and it's clean, and it's just got a lot of beauty. There's a lot
yeah.
of beauty there.
And they filmed Goonies there.
And the Goonies are there, yes. Yes, that's true. That's true, yes. In fact, not in this book. Is it this book? Yes. In this book, and my first book, I think. But this book, we do mention that. We do mention, I do mention that, right? They go to that restaurant, but I really can't say what restaurant that is, but I go to that restaurant and they say that they, got to get a t-shirt and stuff. You can't get to the Goonie house though.
Yeah,
You know that.
I heard about this Goonie house thing, and it got me intrigued. I was never a Goonie fan. I worked in the movie theater when it played, so I used one of my breaks to go see it because I was like, "What's this Goonie thing that people are talking about?" And then it became I saw it in a theater by myself watching it. And I was like, "Well, it's kind of trippy," and I liked it. But I was more of a David Lynch guy back then. But so my stuff was all like Wild at Heart and or like the more dark. But Goonies is great. But like I got nicknamed that. People call me Chunk because I look like that guy. Hey, you guy.
Oh.
It's so sad. And so maybe I didn't like the movie for that reason. But
oh yeah.
So what are the best times of years to be in that area? Like, what's the best time you think to explore these locations, time of the year wise, that maybe some people don't know?
Summer, except in September. Oh, in September too. No. Well, yeah. I think later summer and to early, like October, maybe. It seems like that
like
would be
right in this pocket,
yeah,
right?
later summer and early September. Right. Well, the best time to go really is after school starts, right? Because there's not a lot of kids and stuff there, so it's a little bit more open. Yeah. That is the best time. In fact, I was just over at Seaside.
That's a good reminder. That's a good, because a lot of people don't think about that. And so that's like a bells rang off my head when you said that, because this is like everyone's back to work or trying to get back to work or doing something in schools, and so yeah, it's good knowledge. So I'm sorry, continue with your locations. I want to hear more about that because I love the Oregon coastline. I just want to hear about your take on it because all your locations are in these books, and it seems like a really specific thing.
Yeah, and the Seaside, we do have Seaside. Seaside's just a fun place to go. It's got the shops downtown, and it's got a boardwalk where you can walk along, the beach and such. And there's sometimes they're playing volleyball or somebody's making this really amazing sand model or such. It's very, there's just a lot of diversity there. because there's a lot of people that that come down there, and that's a popular place. And Cannon Beach, then you got Cannon Beach if you want to like do a lot of your shopping and such like that. And then they've got a really nice beach down there with a lot of tide pools. So that's what I like all about the Oregon coast. Just has so much to offer besides all the beauty, and and you've got the waves and the Devil's Punch Bowl, and well, that's more Newport. That's more Newport. Yeah.
Do we have any hot springs here?
We've got Bagby. Well, we used to have Bagby Hot Springs, but I don't know if it's still there anymore. But that's not here. That's over more by Clackamas.
Okay. Yeah. That's a trip.
Yeah. I don't know if there's any near the coast. Now my one book, the one, oh boy, not Charm and Chills, Spice and Sassy. That's the third book I wrote. Now they go to Lookout Point, and that has a trail that you can go for miles and miles and miles and go way up and get a beautiful view. I mean, and it's a long trail. I can't remember the trail. In fact, I do have the in my books. I started out with the Spirit of Love series, and then I went to Histories and Mysteries series. So my last, even though I did some little bit of history in the first three, I got into more history into the last three. And then, my last three. So I wanted to just add some more. So I do tell a little bit about the Lookout Point in that book. And so I don't really know exactly how long the trail is or where the top of the trail is. It's in my book. You can read it and find out. But yeah. So I've went there. I've been to all the places that are in my book on the coast. Yes, I said, but I haven't been to the ghost town.
Nice. Yeah, I want to go. I like that. Yeah, that where the rocks and the waves splash on the rocks. I forget which area that is, but it's a pretty beautiful spot. So
you mean like the Devil's Punch Bowl or
it's like you can walk around. You can walk actually out. You can get to the rocks and stuff like that right there. And there's giant pieces of wood that are stuck all over the place. Like trees that got, so it's pretty kind of primordial looking. It's like kind of like this is timeless. But you can walk up it, and there's underneath the freeway or the overpass. There's a tunnel.
Oh.
And go to the lodge that was empty when I went there. I went there during COVID, and I guess it's still COVID, but like maybe a year ago.
Yeah, right.
It's still here, man.
I think I know where you're talking about, but I can't remember. Is that Beverly Beach? No, is that what it is?
So it sounds vaguely familiar.
Yeah.
Because we just stopped up. It's just got two like.
Or it's Agate. Maybe it's Agate Beach.
There's a big enclave.
And then there's a lot of sand dunes that you walk on. Did you walk on the sand dunes there?
No.
Oh.
There's more rocky.
No, I don't think we're talking about the same place.
That was a long way.
We're somewhere else.
But,
there's a lot of coast. There's a lot of places to explore and to experience there. I mean, if people haven't been to the Oregon coast, they need to go to the Oregon coast.
Yeah. It's
I recommend.
Perfect. Right now we're perfectly in place in it. We're in it. Like this is the perfect time to be here right now before it gets too shitty.
It is.
How do you ever get like was it seasonal depression when it gets so dark here and remains dark for so long? How do you keep yourself motivated? Because sometimes when I've been here, that if there's this one year that was like 9 months of just darkness, and it was like I was starting to go out of my mind. I was like, I didn't, like you start like, what is this feeling I'm going through? Oh, I haven't seen the sun in 9 months. Like you start getting a little. How do you deal with that, or are you just totally acclimated?
Sometimes it gets bad when it's like forever it feels gray out there, right? Mm-hmm. I have a lot of things I do. I write, I belong to a lot of different groups. I'm an Al-Anon and I'm also an Alateen sponsor. So if I'm busy with that, and I've got my dogs, and yeah, yes, I can. It's 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 easy for somebody. Right. Sorry about that.
All right.
It's easy for somebody to get there, right? I don't usually go there too much, but after, if it just keeps like, there's days after days after days, you cannot just tell, but you can't go anywhere. Yeah. But I don't have that seasonal depression like a lot of people do that gets them down.
Yeah. I think I'm best if I keep on moving every like 3 months here, 3 months there, 3 months here, 3 months there. So are you?
Is that what you do? Do you move around a lot?
I think so. It feels like yeah. I was just in LA for like the last 6 to 8 months, maybe off and on, and then that was starting to make me weird because if I don't leave, I get a little cracked out, like cracky, like oh yeah, get out of here for a second. Just because I don't know, if you're busy and or if it feels like you're treading water, I'm good with I'm busy. Treading water is kind of like, okay, it costs so much to be here. What am I doing? Am I making the best decisions? It's good. I know when to leave when things get clunky. When things get clunky and things just don't seem to be working in the groove, you're not in the pocket anymore. You go, okay, maybe I need to take off. But I've found out a lot of stuff being back. But I don't know how long I'll be here for. But
Are you from Salem too?
I grew up in San Jose.
Are you from Oregon? I mean,
I was born in Hillsboro, Oregon. Hillsboro, but I grew up in San Jose, California.
Okay.
With a quick stint into Texas, in Houston, Texas.
So you are an Oregonian.
Yeah. I'm a blood. Yeah, I'm Brett Woods. It's got the woods there and everything. I love Oregon.
Ah, you do. So if you could live anywhere, where would you live?
Who, me? If I could live anywhere in the world, where would I live? Well, right now, it's good to be where you're at. But I don't know. I wouldn't mind trying to live out of the United States at some point. Again. Or or going traveling.
So
but I don't know. I need some inspiration. I feel like I'm kind of drained. I need to feel, maybe that this podcast is a really big creative outlet, because then we get to talk to people like you who have, it's a pretty random conversation about just all things, and how you're expressing yourself, and so this is a great way to have sort of dipping my toes into this is my social life. So more than anything, even when I was in LA, it's like, if I'm sitting around doing something, it's like, okay, what am I getting accomplished today? And I was like, am I doing anything right now that I couldn't do someplace else? And, if I'm going to sit around and make and run around selling art, but like, if I'm going to if I wanted to keep on doing this podcast, I might as well get in this. I could do this anywhere. I don't have to be in
right. Yeah.
Or paint.
So what brought you up to Salem though?
I have family up here.
Okay.
Yeah, and I just wanted to connect with my art again. Just kind of reset, reevaluate, kind of check into everything.
How did you find out about me?
Facebook or Instagram. I saw you on Instagram. I saw that big picture of books. And I was like, oh, the Oregon coastline. Oh, I like, so you see, and then it's funny because Collie, Cutter.
Coley.
Cutler. Yeah, and I saw that.
Coley Cutler.
Coley Cutler. Yeah, I saw that because we did an interview that I never posted. One of 3 interviews I ever did that I never posted. But he was really great. But it was just, I did 3 in a row. I told you the story. I was like so tired. It was like at night. I'd already been doing like, I think, shooting and doing all this stuff, downloading, and for like 6 hours before I even talked to him. I was like, so I was burnt out. But the lighting was bad, and I don't know. Just I'll do one with him again. But if he wants, I'd love to learn more.
Yeah, you should.
Because I don't.
You should. Yeah. He's a lot of fun. He's got a nice, fun life resume.
Yeah,
He does. So
I was so blurred out. I'm gonna have to ask him all those, same. I don't know what I asked him in the first place, but we were getting into like, sign language and that community and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll do a better one with him. But so
Yeah.
with
you froze.
what's that?
You frozing.
Okay, with
Oh, you're okay. You froze.
Am I back?
You're back.
Okay. So what's your publishing method? Are you self-published? Are you working with a publisher? How does that work? Because it seems like there's probably 1,000 different ways to make a book right now. But
there's a lot of ways. There's a lot of ways. I was really fortunate when I first wrote my first book. I was the lady that helped me get started on the path that I needed to do, because I had it written. Now, what are the steps that I need to do? I need a cover. I need to have this done. I need all the pages put together. I need, how do I publish it? And she just wrote me down the step by step. And so as I went along, I call them God shots. All these people just came into my life, and she'd introduced me to this guy, or no, she didn't introduce me. I've never met him, but I work with him, and he lives in Texas. And he's a graphic editor. So he did my covers for me, and he would take them, and I would get her a picture of the model, and he would put the background in, and he would do all the writing, and he would do all the creative graphics on it. Amazing. And so he also would take my books, and this is before it was through Amazon, called a thing called KDP Select. And that's a way that it's all free, and you don't have to pay for your ISBN number, which is the number on the back of the book. And so you can, get Kindle and the paperback. So he did all of that for me, and he still does all of that for me. I just give him the format, and he takes it, and I pay him. I've never, like I said, never met him. I talked to him, and he just puts it all together like magic, and he produces my book. That's after it's been through, multiple editing and all that, because you have to have all of that, make sure that it's clean, and the grammar is right, and the spelling is right. And if you're saying something in this front part of this book, then you better make sure that that's the same thing as in that same chapter. It's the same thing. She can't be wearing 5-inch heels one time and 4-inch heels, that kind of example, right? And you can't talk about something that hasn't been mentioned before. So I'm learning all these different things, which is like, wow, you'd never think to read a book. You pick up a book and you read it, but you don't really realize that. And so anyway, so he would do that for me, and then he would just do all the formatting and everything, and then I would have a book. So this last time though, but with these books being published on Kindle and on Amazon, you can't sell them. The bookstores won't take them. The bookstores will not work with Amazon. So there's just
is there anything to do about having a barcode on the book?
What, the Amazon?
Yeah.
No, I think it has something to do with just the buying them from Amazon. I don't think they get a good enough deal in buying them bulk if they were to buy them like that, or if they have to return them. I don't exactly know. I just know that the bookstores don't like working with them. So I went a different route this time. I went with a place called Ingram Sparks, and Ingram Sparks will hook you up with different stores and online books. My book is out there on Borders. Is it Borders?
Yeah.
So is there still a Borders? Yeah. So my book's out there on Borders online, and there's other top name bookstores that have mine online. And so I need to talk to those bookstores to see if they can get them in the stores. But so anyway, with that being said, I had to buy these ISBN numbers, and I bought 10 of them because I want to do all my books that way. This is my only book that's over there. And so the exact same thing, I wrote the book, I sent all the pieces over to Rick, and Rick did all that stuff, and he did it, and my book is here. So
Nice.
amazing man. And so it's out, it's also out on Amazon, but when they click on Amazon to get it, to order it, it'll go to Ingram Sparks and they will print it.
Okay.
So yeah, that was my process. And I usually find a model and I have somebody, I get pictures, we go out somewhere with my vision of what I want on my front cover, right? This one here was taken at Mission Brown. No, yeah, Mission Brown. You know where Mission Brown is, right? Right. And then, but the back, my graphic editor did it because this is supposed to be a ghost town. And that's what this book is about. There's a ghost town in this book. This is my niece. She's on the cover. And this right here, my business manager / graphic editor, he put that together.
Nice.
So yeah, so that's how they all get done. It's a long process, but I'm so blessed that I have him in Texas.
From start to finish, are you averaging like a year and a half between books, or it sounds like before this book came out, where was your last book?
When was this? I'm gonna have to look for you 1 second here.
Okay, I was just kind of seeing if there's a pattern to how you're making prolific.
Yeah, but I also worked, for the state of Oregon for like 40 years. So I was like a full-time programmer analyst. So I was really busy. So it was like writing, let's see, this one was 2019.
Oh, wow.
So that's the copyright on that one. So that was probably early 2000. Oh, it had to have been early 2019. Yes, it was. Yes. Or my husband died. Yes. The first of the year, probably.
Are you planning on like a book tour, or how do you what's your next step at this point with the completion and the books in hard copy, and what you want to do next?
I have book tours. I have one that I'm doing in Troutdale, and one that I'm going to be doing in Seaside, and another one will be in Lincoln City, and one's going to be in Silverton. I will have one in Silverton. So I will have those posted on my webpage, which is lindakrrichison.com. So I will have all those places that I'm going to be. So if people want to come get books, then they'll be able to come there and get the books. Yeah, and I plan on doing more as much as Oregon's going to open up to that, right? It's still with the COVID and everything, we have to still be careful. And a lot of people, I'm just lucky, like this is Book Warehouse in Seaside in Lincoln City, and then one in Troutdale. So all of those, I've been to 2 of them. And so I can come back because I did book signings there. So yeah.
I love Silverton. I was just there selling on Friday, and actually I did really well. Silverton treated me really well.
You were selling what?
I posted up outside the coffee shop there and to sell some artwork.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't. Okay.
It was actually on Saturday. Is a Saturday shindig. Did you hear about that happening?
No.
It's the first time they did it, but that's really saved my ass financially. That really, woo-wee, Silverton caught me, and I was very thankful.
So it's a Saturday shindig. That's what they called it.
Yeah, I don't know how often they're doing it. Maybe once a month. But there's like,
I know they do
live
they
bands
do a first of the month. Really?
Yeah, it was crazy. I got in the right time and the right lightning hit, and it was a lot of fun. I went and ate over at Max's afterwards, and Max.
Oh, I love Max's. Oh, yum. Max.
Well, you get the river there. There's no reason to go there if you're not going to go sit on the patio. The patio is, to me, the whole thing.
I've never been on the patio. It's always been so cold there when I went.
That's the best. That's the best part. That's the best part.
Now you're talking about Max, M-A-C?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never been to the patio. I need to go there next time.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
it's the river's running right through there. I'll have an image an image of the river that's going through there right now. So that'll be on the screen. I loved it. I had a there with Saint-Valjean and a margarita. But really fun. This the waitress came up to me and said, "How are you?" I said, "How are you?" "I'm doing great. How are you doing?" She goes, "Not so good. They shouldn't ask if you don't really want me to tell you the truth." And I was like, "Well, I mean, I'm sorry that you're not doing that great, and I did not ask you to actually know how you were doing. I wasn't throwing it away." And so we had a fun little exchange there, but it was just
Oh, nice.
but yeah, it's good. Silverton is amazing. Um, um, I guess the previous mayor is not doing that great right now. Um, he was a she or
He's not doing that great. You mean he's sick?
yeah, a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I heard about that through the grapevine. Maybe I shouldn't talk about that, but you know,
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
probably leave
It's sad. Oh dear, I'm running out of
Juice?
battery here.
Okay, so let's wrap it up. Okay. Um, can you remind everybody where your website and the names of your books and you know how they can get a hold of you to get stuff in your Instagram, your Facebooks, blah blah. I'll be quiet. The floor is yours. Just and then we'll end the show.
Okay. Okay. So you can get my books at lindakrrichison.com. When you do that, you can either pay through PayPal or you can connect with me, and that way I can sign them, or you can order them on Amazon, because you're able to order them on Amazon too. And on my website, it gives you an excerpt of all of the different books, so a little preview of each one, so you know. But my books are, this is the Heart and Soul series, or the Spirit of Love series. And this is Heart and Souls. This is the one that started it off. That's the first one. And then there's Lost and Found, right? Same person, just a little bit different attitude there. Then there is My Spice and Sassy, and that's a really fun one. They're all fun, really they are. I mean, they're good for all ages, and even I got guys reading them. Yeah, there's guys out there that are liking them. And I have regular ones that do. So Charm and Chills. If anybody wants to know my favorite, this would probably be my favorite. They've asked me before. I just love it. I just like the fun of going to the ghost town and going back into the past when it was alive and thriving. And I just use a little bit of the history of that. And so we go back into the past and we come back, into the future. So that's what the fact, the mystery and stuff and the clues. A lot of the clues are in the past. So that's a lot of fun. Then Red Wine and Black Roses. This is my granddaughter on the front. Gorgeous. This is in mostly Portland. I'm not going to really tell you where this is at, because the clues in this book are you have to figure out the clues to find out the next spot. So if I told you the spots of the places that are they're history spots or monumental history spots of Oregon. So you do get to travel through that. So that's a lot of fun. And then of course, then we've got Backroads and Dangerous Curves. And this is Silver Creek Falls area, people. If you've ever been to Silver Creek Falls, it's a beautiful place. And that is one of the wonders in Oregon that you really should see. I would definitely recommend that. And so this is Backroads and Dangerous Curves. And so I do have a Facebook page out there. It's called Linda K Richison Author. I think that's my Facebook page. And I do have an Instagram, still Linda Richison. So you can find me in all those different places. And I'm going to be doing a book signing in Silverton the first Friday. They have a first Friday of the month and that's why I was wondering when you were asking about that, because they do, and maybe they may change it to a Saturday, but it was the first Friday of the month where they open up all the shops stay later, and then people can walk up and down them and go into them and stuff like that. So might be a little bit different than that Saturday thing that you were talking about, but they do have that. So I think the first Friday of the month is November 6th. I'm not sure. I'd have to look at the calendar. But anyway,
Salem first Friday. They do the same thing over in Salem.
Yes, they do.
Which was really fun.
Yeah.
That's
I
fun.
should see if I can do one in Salem. At the bookstore there. I should
Yeah,
try it.
that's a fantastic. What's the name of that bookstore there? What is it called? It's like
The Book Bin.
Book Ben. Yeah.
Yes, I know they're not doing any book signings now, but I may wonder if they might do something like the first Friday. And that would be a good thing because it would be outside and it wouldn't be inside because, the whole COVID and distancing thing. So we have to be respectful for that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully it goes away soon.
Okay, so I think that's about it. I'm going to post all the places that I'm going to be. That'll be on my website. So that's where. So if you want to get my books and you live in that area, then you can stop by when I'm there, and I'll sign a book for you.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. And, and I hope you have a wonderful next part of your day. What do you do with the rest of your day?
Coley's coming over, and so we're gonna have dinner. I'm making dinner, so I need to.
Nice. What are you making? What's your making?
Well, my go-to today is Costco chicken. I love the Costco chicken, so it's Costco chicken and rice and some Brussels sprouts. Trying to eat healthy there. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Good. Well, tell Coley. Coley. I say hi, and we gotta work it out so you can come on the show and we can actually have a conversation that I remember.
Okay.
Anyways, till we meet again, good luck with everything. Thanks for being on the show. I guess that's
it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Thank you.
Right. We got through the beginning.
We did. We got through all that.
Full circle. It was like it worked itself out. I learned a lot, and I keep on wanting to go to the coast, and so this is a good reminder. So
yes, you should.
Oh yeah, I will definitely, absolutely. But how would you consider your books? What genre are they, or is that
romance, mystery, and laced with a little bit of fantasy?
Okay, perfect. Just like life itself.
Yep, definitely just like life itself. Yes, they're very relatable. I think so, except for that spirit part, but yeah.
Well,
the rest of it's
very relatable. There's a lot of spirits out there. We get a lot of good spirits out there helping
there
us
are.
with our thing.
There is, and it's all good. They're all good spirits. It's all good. It's all fun. They're happy, good spirits.
Yay! Yay! Well, thanks. I'll see you later.
Friends with friends. Friends with friends.
What do I do? Dance with it?